Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome back to another live on the channel. We've got a lot to go through tonight. We're going to obviously talk about yesterday's 2-0 win against Burton in the Carabao Cup. Pretty straightforward win that for Leicester. Tranmere away in the next round, so another decent side to hopefully keep us progressing in that competition. Also got some big transfer news. Obviously, with Casadei, it's looking like it's done. And we're obviously just awaiting the official announcement from Leicester. And we're also going to touch on some other transfer news around Harry Souttar, some potential other incomings as well. So, yeah, lots of stuff to get through. As you always say, make sure to get involved in the chat. Drop a like on the stream as always. I won't spend too long talking about Burton because it was a pretty dominant and straightforward display, really. But yeah, two wins out of two for Enzo. It was a dominant professional performance yesterday. Couldn't really ask for much more. And, we got the job done and, progressing to the next round. Simple as that. And I don't think we can really have too much to ask. And, and you can just see Leicester keeping improving game by game. And looks like I keep saying, it's all positive stuff. But yeah, let's get into the chat tonight. Jerry's walking his dog, fair enough. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Rene, as well, if you did all right. But the ball is sexy. It is. My voice is a bit done from last night. But yeah, let's quickly have a look on SofaScore. Just like I said, I won't talk about the game for too long because I wouldn't say it was dull, but at times in the second half, I weren't even watching half of it, to be fair. So I was a bit finished. But yeah, obviously this is how we lined up. Pretty similar. Interesting enough, obviously we had James Justin coming in. Hamza Chowdhury kind of played that inverted role alongside Winks. Obviously Kelechi up top doing well, and Ndidi scoring as well, which was good to see. But I thought overall I thought we all played quite well. I thought Wanya Marcel, Madi Vadua on the left did quite well. He looked very fast, to be honest. He's making an impact, pressing quite well as well. So I thought he was quite good. But I think everyone was quite solid, to be fair. It was all Brighton put a good shift in. Winks, Chowdhury, like I said, did well. I thought Dennis Pratt obviously was quite good in the build-up play. All Brighton getting the assist for the first goal through Kelechi as well, which is obviously a great finish, despite the fact I couldn't even see it. But yeah, I thought all in all, it's good stuff. And, if you just look at the stats, Leicester dominate possession. Obviously, the 7 shots to Burton, but quite a few of them were like long range. There's nothing to trouble big Jacobin goal. Obviously, it wasn't that dominant. We weren't having loads and loads of shots, but then again, I don't think there was much need to do so. We control the game. If you keep the ball, but Burton ain't going to score, are they? So, yeah, I think all in all, it was quite good. If you look at the average positions of the players, this will be interesting. So as you can see, it was Wanya, who's probably just about highest alongside Albrighton. You've also got Justin, who went quite far forward on that right as well. Good to see Winks in there. I thought Winks was very good last night as well. Once again, controlled things nicely. Made some good passes. Hook Callum Doyle was excellent once again. Played a big part in the second goal, obviously, with the quick free kick down the line to Kelechi. Obviously found Wilfred. But all in all, I thought it was a very solid performance. Obviously, we had Ricky, Keenan, and Casey coming on the bench, off the bench, as well. So, yeah, good stuff, boys. Let us know your thoughts. But I think that game, obviously, it's important to try and win it. Obviously, I wasn't too bothered. Like I said in the vlog, you can go and watch that if you're ready. But I just think Enzo kind of true to that, especially the second half as a pre-season game, because by half time I think the game was pretty much wrapped up, really. Obviously Burton had a few flurries here and there, but if you look at the momentum bar up here, it's pure domination apart from a few errors here and there. So yeah, I think we had the game all in the bag. I think they gave Kelechi the man of the match. Can't really argue with that one. I thought everyone was quite good, just like I said. So yeah, there we go. But yeah. Let's jump into the chat. Put your man of the matches in there and whatnot. But yeah, you never know. We could go a bit further now. We've got Tranmere away, which is obviously I think it's the end of August, so not too long. But I just think we're going to keep seeing an improvement game by game. And to be honest, the more games we have, probably the better right now. Obviously, you don't want a massive build up of games, but I just think Leicester are just going to keep on improving. And the more games you can do that in, the higher improvement you're going to get. And just like I keep saying, we're starting the season off with 3 points, which we're only going to get better. So this is why it's so exciting. And, Coventry weren't a bad team either. So, yeah, I think that Burton game, obviously it's only Burton, but I thought defensively we were much more shored up as well. So I think all good stuff. But yeah, let's get into the chat then. Enzo ball is sexy. It is. Hello, Ant. Hope you're doing all right, bro. It's beautiful. Leicester for life. Welcome to the stream. Hello. I don't have a scoop what it says. Hello, Jack. Hope you're doing all right. Kelechi, amazing goal. It was a very good goal, wasn't it? I didn't even see it though in the ground because like the sun was literally just there. We need a little bit up to the final whistle. Harry Winks class above, yeah, 100%. And I think the good thing about Winks is that he controls the game nicely, but he has that intelligence to know when to, keep the ball. And then at times at times obviously he progresses himself, which we felt didn't really expect too much. So yeah, he's shown his experience, and obviously he's quite an experienced player. Is he like 25? Obviously he played for Tottenham a few years ago, quite a bit as well, didn't he? Enzo's cooking, mate. But obviously, yeah, we're going to talk about Casadei later as well. It looks like it is going to get announced. We've got Here We Go from Fabrizio, so it's pretty much done, which is good. Sadly, as you say, no option to buy. But then again, I've said we do need to use the loan market, and I just think the main focus has to be getting promoted. Then we can reassess in the summer. Came to buy. I don't know. Is he 27? A little bit older than. We do that, and I think we should tick it off. To be fair, mate, I'm going on the bus for that though. I'm not going on the train. Last night I almost died on the way back from Burton. To be fair, I had an Uber driver which was flipping half asleep and snoring. Honestly, worst experience of my life that was. Anyway, big up to Burton. What a gaff. But anyway, I won't go on for too long. Just like I said, I'm going to get into some transfer news as we always like to do. Obviously, I haven't done a transfer video for a while. We are starting to see a little things. We are starting to see a bit of movement going on. Obviously, the main run about Casadei, which we all know I'm a big fan of, and I think most of you guys will be as well. So, yeah, we'll get into the Fabrizio in a minute, but yeah, from the Athletic, obviously. So, yeah, Casadei set to join Callum Doyle on loan at Leicester as the club utilise their facilities and playing staff to lure young talent. There will be more ins and outs before the end of the window, but Enzo Maresca's squad is taking shape. And I think those ins and outs, I think there was a tweet we should get into later, but we could see lots of Harry Souttar, Dennis Pratt, potentially Yannick Vestergaard. Obviously, it all depends on who comes in for who. Timothy Castagna as well, who didn't even play yesterday either. So I think he could definitely be on his way out. And I think that's a big showing sign because obviously in pre-season, we still had Harvey Barnes for the first couple of pre-season games, and he wasn't involved at all. And, Castagna, yes, he was on the bench, but he hasn't played a minute in any of these two games. So for me, I think that tells you quite a bit. So I reckon Castagna will be one to definitely leave. Potentially Dennis Pratt, potentially back to Torino, but we'll have to see. Casadei positive change centre mid to Cam. Yeah, I think he'll probably fill that role of Wilfred Ndidi, but then again, Wolf bagged the other night, and I think we need to change the chant a bit. Instead of take the ball from you, score for you. Obviously, FC, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. I'm flipping dying. I still think 3 or 4 people could leave before the end of the window. Yeah, Samara, yeah, Ward, Stanley, and Maresca, Rex Vestergaard. So he'll probably stay. Souttar and Iverson and Pratt could possibly go. Yeah, I reckon Ward will go because obviously he won't. I don't think he was on the bench last night either, were he? So don't think Enzo rates him at all. So fair enough. If we can cash in on him, I won't be too against that. Enzo attracts a young. To be fair, they're all sexy boys, aren't they? I wouldn't say it like that, but yeah. Is he a Campbell centre mid? I think he's a bit of a both. Probably some more of an advanced 8. I think we'll do a bit more in-depth stuff on when he actually does sign. We'll look at his stats and stuff as we always usually do. He's the golden ball. He's got the golden. Yeah, he won the. I think it was the under-20 World Cup or Euro player of the tournament, which ain't bad going, is it? Ward's 4th choice. I know it's jokes, isn't it? As Ant always likes to say in his streams, get those likes up. We love to see it. But yeah, obviously the Fabrizio said that Here We Go the other night. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it, actually, on the way to the station to Burton. There we go. So yeah, pretty much done. Here we go, all done. And yeah, there we go. We love to see it. For me, I think it's just perfect signing, really, because I think obviously he's a player who's going to be straight into the first team realistically. I still think we could do a few backups here and there just to fill out the squad in case we get injuries. But I think we've pretty much got the main core of the squad together, did first 11, and then just like I said, a few players here and there just to settle things around. And I think we will be good squad depth-wise because it's inevitable that Leicester are going to pick up some injuries because Everton's picked up an injury training. So Seagrave, we can't rely on it. But for me, this is probably one of our best signings, I think. Alongside Callum, I think Callum Dore has been absolutely immense. But to be fair, I think he's only 19 years old, and obviously we only got him on a loan with no option to buy. But he looks a player and a half. Honestly, I know it's only Burton, but I thought it was good against Coventry, and just like I said, he's only going to get better as well. So, if he can stay fit, I think we've got a real good player in there who could really help us go forward. Thoughts on Hamza Chowdhury? I thought it was all right yesterday. Didn't do anything particularly amazing. Didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be first choice by any standard, but I reckon he'll stay for rotation and be a big part of the cups and stuff and whatnot. Could come up. I think with Hamza, you've got a player in there who can come off the bench and really shore things up. So, and I think obviously last year we definitely lacked that type of player to come on and just try and see things out. So yeah. Enzo for manager of the season. Here we go. We'd love to see it. They were mute, weren't they? Gee, yeah, too far. I won't lie. Most of the second half, I sat down. I couldn't even see the game because my head was spinning. So yeah, it wasn't fun. I mean, it's good, but it was a good win. But who cares, mate? They're only one league below us now, so we'll take it, innit? I think Cody will be. Yeah, I don't know how long Cody is going to be, but he was there yesterday within the squad. Maresca's passionate, exactly. We'd love to see it. It's better than. Can see the goal and Brennan starts really clapping, doesn't he? Anyway, Owen Palmer-Atkin also said yesterday that Casadei was at the training ground doing his medical, so yeah, pretty much done. So there we go, boys and girls. So yeah, let's get into the chat and then we'll move on to some other news. Who would win in the Leicester YouTubers Royal Rumble? If Anthony, they're definitely not him because he's a bit, yeah, to be fair, I don't think I have a massive height advantage on him. He can't cut out mine though. I reckon mine would do it. Jerry, mate, if you're in my, it's either me sitting down or smacking my head on the concrete. So I decided the first one. But yeah, Brendan clapped to you. Hey, up. Leicester for life's getting a bit fruity. It's not really fruity. It's not fruity, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. It was a decent away in, to be fair. It weren't bad for a Carabao Cup. Kind of felt like a pre-season game, to be fair. But I'll probably go Tranmere away. So why not? Take another ground off. We'd love to see it. Yeah, you what, lad? Well, come on, lad. It's true, innit? Forget Saints away. Forget Saints away if you're going to sit down. I went to sit down at Saints away. It's only Burton, Jerry. Don't have that, Sorry, sorry. It's going to get me next away again. Oh, no. But yeah, let's move on to some other news then. A bit more on Harry Souttar. Obviously, it came out I think it was about a week ago. Enzo Maresca pretty much saying that Souttar could potentially be one to leave. So, and yeah, Mr. Jeff Peters, who's fairly reliable around Leicester, said that Rangers are interested. Souttar's obviously unused sub in the games, hasn't played. Didn't play yesterday, which I think says quite a lot as well. But then again, it's quite an easy link to make because his older brother joined Rangers last year. So I don't know if this is too reliable or it's just or it's just, little talk because Enzo said that his brother plays there. Put the two together, they can they can get a rumour from it. But to be fair, Jeff Peters is saying it, so there could be some truth in it. But I could definitely see Souttar go. But then again, it's talking about a loan, which doesn't make much sense to me because if Souttar isn't going to fit Enzo's plan, because it's not about Souttar not being a good player, it's about his attributes, and he doesn't fit the way you want to play. Because if it weren't for the Enzo's tactics and where he wants to play, you'd probably start for us under a different manager. But what's the point of loaning him if you end up getting back a season later? Hopefully, we're still with Enzo, and we're going to have to loan him again or then sell him. But yeah, it is a shame, as Ant said in the chat. But if you don't suit the system, it's fair enough. And I'd rather us get rid of him if he's just going to sit on the bench and clogging the wage bill up, in my opinion. And I do like that from Enzo. He's been a bit ruthless, which I think at times we have lacked in previous years, especially transfer-wise. So it's a shame, but if you look at it from a club point of view, it's probably the right decision. And Sutar's going to want to play. He won't want to sit on the bench because he could probably do a job at Sheffield United or Luton or something like that, to be fair. But he could definitely play at a high level in the Championship. So we'll have to see. But, move to Rangers for him, it'll probably be all right. Bit of European football, I think they're in it, aren't they? So we'll have to see. On Big Harry Sutar. But yeah, let's jump back into the chat. Sorry, Anne. We get the right winger from Portugal. I don't know who that is, but Sutar even is a pain man. Yeah, it's just one of them, really. It's just the combinations of multiple managers. But then again, Dean Smith it didn't look like Dean Smith rated him either. So I don't know. Every time I watch him, he seems to be fairly solid. Obviously, he lacks a bit of pace, but then again, Vestergaard lacks pace, and he started against Coventry. So, but then again, his passing ability isn't. I don't think it's awful, but it's not as good as some of the other players we have. So that's probably down to the reason. Yeah, I'll look at that after. Super Sutar, easy. That chance lasted a while. He's a bit taller than Ant, isn't he? Jesus. But anyway, let's get on to some more stuff then. There's a lot come out this morning from Rob Tanner, so we're just gonna get through it all tonight, I reckon. We'll talk. I don't know if I have the time to do a Huddersfield preview tomorrow, so I might quickly touch on that after. So yeah, but this from Rob Tanner. The expectation remains that Yannick Vestergaard and Efl Championship will move on. Trulio's interest in Dennis Pratt is well documented as well. But the Dennis Pratt the Dennis Pratt to Torino rumor has been going on for years. So we'll have to see about that one. But yeah, I think there's no real shock in that one. Yannick Vestergaard, I don't know. Castagna, just like I said earlier, I can see him going, but I don't know about Yannick because Enzo seems to rate him and he's obviously played a bit. So we'll have to see. But Yannick aired me yesterday. I was walking out the ground shouting his name, didn't do anything. But Patson Daka said a nice hello. So big up to him. But then again, talking of Patson Daka, we made a sub last night. We took Iheanacho and I put McAteer up for him. And I think that tells you quite a bit. So Daka's not getting in the head of him. I don't really know. But Daka ain't going to want to be sitting on the bench every game and maybe coming off the bench every 5 games or so. So I definitely see that Daka could leave. Obviously, there's talk with Everton. They definitely need a new striker, but I think they have someone lined up. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we'll have to see on Patson Daka. Another shame, but to be fair, he's had enough chances now. And I think, if Enzo doesn't rate him, we might as well move him on. But then again, if Iheanacho gets injured, we're left with Vardy, and Vardy can't play every single game. So it's a tough one. It is a tough one. But Daka, for me, he is a bit too good for squad depth. I definitely have him, but I don't think he'll want to stay as squad depth. So it comes down to player. But obviously, there's still a long way to go in the window. So there's still a lot which could happen. Just like I said, if we let go of the likes of Daka, that's why I think we still need to bring in a few fringe players here and there who are happy to sit on the bench. And who can come in when needed. So there we go. That's my take on it. But yeah, let's jump into chat. Sorry, I'm coughing those. I'm finished from last night still. I'm so annoyed that Sutar is going on loan as he's a much better defender than Vestergaard. And do you think Iverson is playing on Saturday? Yeah. I think whenever Enzo's press conferences, which is probably going to be tomorrow, isn't it? We'll probably get a bit more on Mads Emerson. But then again, Enzo doesn't really like to. He didn't really reveal too much injury news than Rodgers did, because he always give us some news. But yeah, I think with it all depends. If Emerson's 50-50, I wouldn't risk it. I think Iverson's more than capable. Then again, our build-up play is going to be heavily restricted because the guy can't kick a ball. And Iverson didn't play yesterday, so he could see Jakob in goal. Obviously, didn't have anything to do, but I think passing-wise, he was fairly good. I was right behind him in the first half. He didn't do anything. So, yeah. Jesus. Do you know the YouTuber? No. Hello, Tom, mate. Welcome to the stream. You should do YouTube boxing. Maybe. I'm a bit small for that, the guy. Daka is just a D-squared merchant. He does love a good icon hat, doesn't he? But yeah, I could definitely see Patson Daka potentially on the way out for Leicester, which is going to be a shame because all my Zambian views are going to go. Anyway, Let's look at some more transfers. Another transfer rumour which has been rumbling for the past couple of weeks is this man, Saki from Crystal Palace. And this guy could definitely be that one just to add a bit more depth. But yeah, this from Rob Tanner again. Talks are advancing for Crystal Palace winger Saki is also high up on Enzo Maresca's list. So yeah, a winger for Leicester. Obviously, that is a place we definitely need. It looks like we're going to have a load of youngsters out wide, apart from Ndidi and Albrighton at this rate. But I'm not going to complain because we need the more wingers. The better. And I completely forgot about these two. But obviously, Enzo's valuing the youth quite a lot. We've still got Sammy Braybrooke and Will Alves to come, and I think them two can provide lots of depth for us. So I think it's around October. I think Braybrooke will be back a bit earlier than Alves, but it'll be around October, between October and December, I'd say, for them two. So I reckon them two could definitely be involved because I think them two were definitely on the fringes last year anyway before they both get injured. So if they can recover nicely and get back into the swing of things, I think they could have a part to play a bit later on this season as well. But then again, we still need that depth between now and when them two are back. Obviously, they're fairly similar position-wise as well. So there we go. Saki, let's get him in. He did good for Charlton last season. I believe scored quite a few goals from out wide, and that's what we need. We need wingers who have got good output. Ndidi, he's already got one assist. McAtee looking quite good. Albrighton got an assist as well. So yeah, it's all good stuff, boys and girls. I might head off in a minute, boys, because I'm struggling here. It's bloody hot as well. Well, obviously gone through Suter. I might talk a little bit about Huddersfield now, just because, like I said, I might not be free tomorrow night to do a preview for it, so we'll touch upon it now. But yeah, obviously Huddersfield, they lost to Plymouth, I think 3-1 in their first game. So they're obviously still looking for their first wins as well. Users in the channel, lovely stuff. But on Huddersfield, I think it's another difficult game. Their first home game of the season, so they'll definitely be up for it. Everyone's going to be up for Leicester anyway, so it's going to be another difficult test. But I think it's a game we should we should be winning. Obviously, they were down there last year. I think they still got Neil Warner, can't they? Yeah. But yeah, for me, it's a game we have to win, really. Obviously, the first away day in the Championship, it's going to be difficult. But if we play like we did against Coventry and just cut out them defensive mistakes in the second half, which was a lot of mistakes, granted. But if we can tighten up a little bit and continue to create good chances and be a bit more, just be a bit more clinical with that final kind of pass and make things go a bit more quicker. Because the thing I noticed from Coventry, we seemed to work into some good areas quickly, but then when it came to around the edge of the box, we were a little bit static, I thought, and took a bit too long at times to move things. So obviously, Coventry then worked back in. So if we can move the ball a bit quicker, which is obviously going to come, because obviously the continuous improvement is going to keep coming under Enzo, I think we should be all right to go and get a win on Saturday. And if we can beat Huddersfield, that would be the perfect start to the season. 2 wins in a row, 6 points on the board, into the next round of the Cup, and then obviously we can move on to, I believe it's Cardiff at home next as well. So obviously the game continues to come in thick and fast. But for me, it's another good chance to go and win. But yeah, let's get into the chat. I'll probably stay on for another 5 minutes or so tonight. We're looking good. Anyone else waiting for a wheel to fall off and the injuries? What's going on as soon as they walk into the training ground? Yeah, let's not jinx it, Tom. But it's already happening already, to be fair to you. But yeah, it's all going up right now, so there's probably going to be so much happens. But I think it would just be nice to know the length of injuries. Like, we still don't know what Conor Cody is. But obviously he was there last night, and there's no pictures of him wearing anything on his foot or anything like that. So no crutches or anything. So can't be that bad, can it? It is a foot injury, I believe. How many more players do you think we'll bring? I think another striker, replace Daka, another centre back. I was having no confidence in Vestergaard, and another midfielder and a winger for squad depth. Yeah, I pretty much agree. I'll say about 3 to 4 potentially. Maybe 2 or 3 on a permanent, and then a couple of loans here and there, like Saki and whatnot. I think that would do us. But yeah, I still think there could be a lot of deals to go through. But the reason why we are doing so many loans is because we still have FFP issues somehow. I don't really get why, but yeah, that looks to be the case with with our signings anyway. Alex Scott went to Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth are looking good this year. They're just signed Max Aarons as well, who is decent. He's a decent player. But yeah, Bournemouth, I reckon, will push on quite a bit. Obviously, the Prem kicks off tomorrow night, but Burnley, Man City, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, it's going to feel weird for us not to be in the Prem. Rennes go over 2-0 win to Leicester. Actually, that's Huddersfield. Did you buy chip shop? Who? 2-0 Leicester. There we go. Fair enough, user, mate. Cheers for the very precise information, fella. We'd love to see it. But yeah, just we head off, boys. Score predictions for Saturday then against Huddersfield. What we're thinking, but yeah, just quickly back onto Casadei. I reckon we could probably see him get announced tomorrow. Obviously, I don't think he'll be ready in time to play against Huddersfield, but we could probably see his home debut in a couple of games. So it will be good to see. But yeah, on Casadei, I haven't really looked at him in that much detail actually. So yeah, he's 20 years old. He's played at the youth level for Chelsea and Inter Milan. He was at Reading as well a few years ago. It might have been last year actually. But yeah, he's impressed this season for Chelsea in pre-season. So yeah, I think he could be a very saucy signing, and you don't win the player of the tournament at youth level for no reason. So Ethan's going 4-1. Yeah, I can see that maybe. I think a clean sheet would be very nice and definitely something to build upon. But as long as we win, I don't really care too much. What's my score prediction for Burnley City? Ooh. I'd say 2-1 Man City because they never seem to start the season too well. And I reckon if I fancy Burnley to grab a goal first, and Man City will go through and get the win. Be another good sign, 100%, Tom, 100%. Efl also it's less than 6 point. Is it a whole 6.9? I think the attendance last night was about 4.3. So yeah, poor for the Burton fans there. I think we sold out. But yeah, just we wrap up my prediction for Saturday. All right, I did get the Coventry one right. I said 6-0 in the vlog yesterday, so that was a bit sticky. But I reckon we will win. Let's say 2-1. 2-1. I think it'll be quite a tight one, but I reckon we will just about to get over the line. Rennes going for Harden hat trick. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I think we've got to be realistic, but I think the feel good factor around the club right now is so good. So I think we're all very confident. We're all happy with the way things are going. And for me, I don't think we could have asked for a much better start to the season, really. Unless we beat Coventry about 6-0 or whatever. But the manner of win against Coventry feeds me with a lot of confidence as well. So yeah, I mean, we showed our dominant side yesterday and our ability to control the game, albeit Burton. But you've got to do what you got to do, and there's a team there to beat. And you've seen, Southampton lost to Gillingham, Coventry lost the game again. Callum Doyle, it could have been you again, but yeah, it's good to see that Leicester just continue to do their job. Obviously, last year we lost to Blackburn in the FA Cup. Obviously, a bit better opponent than Burton, but same point still stands. And Leicester went there, controlled the game, and it's good stuff. Has Casadei actually been confirmed an official? Not officially from the club, but Fabrizio Romano said, "Here we go." So that's pretty much as official as unofficial you'll get. But yeah, Ethan, it is done, and unless there's anything major goes on, he will be announced probably tomorrow or maybe even tonight. I doubt it. You never know. Well, as you can see, season end unless you're promoted to Premier League. That is the plan. Anyone who's on the Palace lad, yeah, Raksaki, Leicester still in talks. We're looking to get a deal done for him. Enzo wants him. I think Palace are open to doing a loan, so I think that one we could get some a bit more on that next week. So we'll have to see. But it's a bit weird transfer-wise because obviously the main focus is on the games, but behind the scenes, I'd still expect Rudkin to be really trying to force these deals go through. And obviously, if he can get Casadei over the line, and I think it'd be good. Fair enough, user. I'm not chanting tonight. My voice is done. Wish they would have got these deals done, especially the ones who want to go. Yeah, but it's all. Yeah, but I think Leicester would want that as well. But you can't sell them if there's no one to put a bid in or anything, can you? So yeah, it's just a waiting game for some of these players. Obviously, there's been talk around Fulham for Castagna and stuff, but I don't think there's actually been any major offers or anything like that. come on, user mate. You always got something to come out with. Ours will start on Saturday, and the rest will be the same from when we beat Cov. Interesting. Still going to investigate them. I disagree actually. I think if Hamilton is fit, if he isn't fit, sorry, yeah, I think it will be Iverson. But I reckon Iheanacho will start up front because I think Huddersfield will just sit back quite a lot, and I think Iheanacho did enough last night to show us that he could come on. And when he came on against Cov, I thought it was good. Midfielder wise, I think it's difficult. I think for me, toss up between Dennis Pratt and Wilfred Ndidi, and that final wide position, I'll go Mava Ndidi obviously, but McAteer or Wani Marcel, I don't know. I thought Wani did quite well. Obviously, it's not his same side, but I reckon he could do a job there. But I don't know. I think if Casey gets another start, that'll give him a hell of a lot of confidence as well. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Maz is already injured. I want him to see. I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, keep an eye out for the press conference tomorrow, where hopefully we'll get a bit more of a clearer picture on the Mads Hamilton quad injury. But yeah, 100%. Samara, I think Samara and Warder will definitely be going. I think Asani will be going as well. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up, boys and girls. We've gone through just about enough. Let's go through the final comments, apart from users. I think close the transfer window before the season starts if you're not a business and you love sport. I think, yeah, the transfer window is always going to be like this, so it's always going to get hectic towards the end. And that's why I think, these first couple of games of the season, I won't read too much into it because the squad's still going to be quite different come September the 1st. So, welcome back, Jerry, but we're about to head off, son. I'm very sorry. Hopefully you had a nice walk. What a nice citizen. There we go. Anyway, thanks for coming, boys and girls. Go and drop a like if you haven't already. As I always say, Mass Week does help out just before you head off. And yeah, I'll see you boys in the next one. If not, I might do a live watch along on Saturday for Huddersfield because obviously I'm not going. So if you want to see that, let me know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get game for it though. I don't really fancy forking out 10 quid to watch it on the Leicester website. So we'll have to see. But yeah, that is probably going to be the plan. And then match reaction. If I've got time tomorrow, I'll do a match preview for Huddersfield. If not, I'll see you boys on Saturday for Huddersfield away. Sadly not going, but hey, stupid championship grounds have dusty away ends, don't they? But anyway, thanks for coming in, and I'll see you in the next one.